Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how you make people's jaws drop for you and why. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show your crystals now, but please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have appetite. For pile number 2, we have this orange calcite. And for pile number 3, we have amazonite. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one pile, you can pick 2 or all of them. Your intuition will always know best. If you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this appetite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you make people's jaws drops for you and why. Okay, so you chose the card feelings. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards, but please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so for your cards we have Dive Deep, we have the card Truth, we have the card Free Spirit, and lastly we have Love. So now for your tarot cards we have the High Priestess, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Hierophant, we have the Ace of Wands, and lastly we have the Lovers. Okay, my pile number 1s, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you make people's jaw drop for you and why. Okay, so I'm feeling here already like tapping into your energy, my pile number 1s. I'm feeling this is my pile of deeply spiritual people because we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant showing up. And to me, those are very spiritual piles. So your messages may come across a little bit spiritual today. Not in the sense of like gifts or anything, but more in the sense of like how your energy makes people's jaw drop, if that makes sense. So that is kind of like what I'm feeling so far. More about the energy you hold. So if this reading is a little bit spiritual, that's why. Because I'm picking up it's just your energy, my pile number 1s. So I feel like as well as being deeply spiritual, this is also my pile of people that feel things very deeply. Empathic, very much so people. My free spirits here. People that kind of just go to the beat of their own drum. And so when I explain this, this is why you make people's jaw drop, because of this energy, and I'll explain in a moment. So like I said, it's like your energy makes people's jaw drop for you. And when you kind of go to a place or when you speak to someone, whatever it is you are doing, I feel like you are very much so beautiful or handsome in the way of like a free spirit. I feel like perhaps you express yourself in a certain type of truth. Like if you wear something today, it's because you felt like wearing it more so than looking like wearing it, if that makes sense. I'm just like feeling the energy. So like if I had to use this as an example, if I were you, I would probably go to my closet, think about how am I feeling today and how do I want to feel, and then I'd wear something according to that truth. So let's say I just feel really on edge today and I don't want anyone to speak to me, then I am going to wear clothes that give me a don't F with me vibe, and I'm expressing my truth creatively by dressing up in that way. Or let's say I kind of feel free today. I feel love. I feel love for the universe. So I want people to look at me and talk to me today. Then I'm going to wear pink or green because those are, the colors of the heart chakra. If I'm feeling like a little bit tired today and I want some motivation or some happy vibes in my life, I would wear like a bright yellow or bright orange, and then I'd be expressing my truth, how I express myself in dressing up or doing my makeup or doing my hair. That's the kind of energy I feel here. So it's not to say you do that exactly like that, but I'm just kind of like giving an example. I feel like you're my pile of people that kind of go to the beat of your own drum. You dress the way you want, you talk the way you want. You're kind of just free in your sense of how you express yourself to the world. You don't think about, well, perhaps some of you think about, what people are going to say, but I feel like a lot of you don't really care about what other people have to say. You just embody your own sense of truth. Even if it's not in the way you dress up, perhaps you look like this, if that makes sense. So, like in this free spirit card, her hair is like wavy all around the place. But it looks really cute. It suits her. So I feel like this is the energy I'm feeling from you. You're in your own truth in the way you express yourself, the way you dress up. And, if I was pile number one and I kind of wanted to just go out and have my messy hair free and wild, and I would do that, but then people would be like, oh, your hair looks so good. It looks like you just got out of a salon. Kind of reminds me of Shakira's hair. But yeah, perhaps some of you have really curly hair or really wavy hair or big hair that is almost like a lion's hair and that makes you stand out. Some of you just have straight hair, but it looks really beautiful on you. I'm picking up your hair kind of draws people in. So some of you also have a darker hair and it looks really good on you, and some of you have lighter hair. But, with the physical attributes, we're all different here. So just take the messages as they resonate. I saw someone here loves to wear dresses, but really pretty dresses. I just saw a vision of that. Spirit is saying sorry. So some of you wear that. And it looks really pretty on you. It's a general reading, so just take it as it resonates. If that wasn't your message, you can just leave it behind. I'm also feeling for some of you, like your face is really nice to look at, if that makes sense. Like people just like to look at your face and stare into your eyes. They can kind of get lost in your eyes, and that kind of makes people's jaw drop for you. Like, I'm just feeling and sensing you're a free spirit and you wear what you want to wear. You express yourself the way you want. You talk the way you want. You walk the way you want. You don't let anyone tell you how you're going to live your life or express yourself in some type of way. And that energy itself brings out this confident look in you, my pal number ones, that makes people's jaw drop. Regardless of how you look, it's the energy you embody. And that is what I'm also trying to explain here with your pile. Because I feel like, a lot of you are very gorgeous, attractive, handsome, but I feel like it's your energy that you embody. Like, this energy of like, I'm me, and if you don't like that, then bye. Like that energy of like being in your truth, being in your confidence, being free within yourself and wanting to express yourself the way you want and not living life according to how others want you to be, makes your energy just stand out and gives you this kind of energy of like confidence is something I'm picking up on, but it also just makes you stand out in a way. It gives off this glam, bad bee vibe, regardless of gender, but this is just kind of what I'm feeling. Yeah, even if you don't think of yourself that way, it's like just the energy that brings that. The feeling I get is some of you like flip your hair and it looks really gorgeous. Some of you have really luscious lips, and like the eyes, people love staring at your eyes, staring into your eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. So it's like people can feel your soul when they stare into your eyes. I just heard, I see heaven when I stare into your eyes. That's very cute. So perhaps as I said, I see heaven when I look into your eyes. Perhaps you're also my pile of pure souls. Okay, so I kind of feel here like this energy you embody just attracts others and makes people look at you more. It's like when you walk in a room, you just stand out and take up space because of this energy you embody. And I'm also feeling like some of you don't conform to society's quote-unquote rules. Like, oh, you should sit this way if you're a woman, or oh, you should wear this and this and this. Oh, you should do this and this. Like, I feel like some of you don't conform to that, or like society's beauty standards. You're just your own sense of beauty, unique and authentic, if that makes sense. And that really kind of makes people's jaw drop, because it's not often that you see that in people. And I don't mean that you don't follow trends and things like that, because I think we all do on some level, but I think you are the trendsetter, if that makes sense. You don't need to follow trends. You set the trends yourself by just picking out what you wear or how you want to look that day. And it's like everyone else wants to embody that too. They see it and they kind of want to copy you, is something I'm seeing and feeling within your cards. So I feel like, since you are my pile of people that feel things very deeply, I feel like you're quite empathic in nature, and this can make you quite intuitive at the same time because of this empathic quality you have. in the sense of you can, well, we see like darkness here around these two mermaids, like they're in the deep dark oceans. So I see like spirit almost showing me, when you're in a dark room and there's no light and you're trying to look for something, you're trying to look for the light, but it's so dark. That's what spirit's showing me, but like almost like you can navigate through that because you sense energies, if that makes sense. So I don't mean it literally. I mean it in a sense of metaphorically. Like you can go somewhere and not know anything, not know where anything is or who anyone is, but you can find your way, if that makes sense. Or like, let's say you are on a specific journey in life. You can find your way even by not having any physical, tangible knowledge or evidence of what you are doing. I hope I'm making sense. It's like you can navigate through your empathic abilities, through people and through things just by feeling the energies. And it's like you feel things very deeply, my pal, number ones. You may feel things very deeply in the sense of like you do that and you bring out that emotion in others because they're feeling your energy subconsciously. So what I believe is we all feel energies when we interact with people. Like that saying, vibes don't lie. Like we all subconsciously feel energies on a certain level, even if we're not psychic. But some people don't realize that they are feeling energies subconsciously. So I feel like, when we hug people or when we talk to people, our kind of auras interlink for a short period of time and then it goes back to normal. So that was a download I saw on my own, like just kind of spirit showing me. But like, when you hug someone, a part of your aura like mixes with them, not in a bad way, not to scare you, but like it happens to everyone. It's like a download I saw. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but this is just what spirit showed me visually. So, how we have like the color wheel and each color represents a different energy. Each color has a different frequency that it resonates with. So some people, let's just say I have, let's just say I have an orange aura and I greet someone with a blue aura. Our auras may mix, but it like when you look at the color wheel and what those two colors create together, creates that specific energy, how we interlink together, how we communicate to each other. So if you look at orange and blue, it's not going to make the clearest color, if I'm not mistaken. So I may not get along with someone with a blue aura if I have an orange aura. It's not to say it's set in stone, because sometimes people get along and they learn to almost like see the differences in the energies and accept it and love them no matter what. So I'm not speaking on everyone. I'm just saying like this is what I saw as a download, which is why some people don't like some people and then some people do like that person, because perhaps their aura is like a similar color to that person or it mixes well together. I don't have any evidence to back this up. This is just kind of what I saw visually from spirit. And like, let's say if I have an orange aura and I interlink with someone with a pink aura, we're going to get along very well. We're going to feel very excited being together because it makes, it's like of the same or similar frequency of color. So that backstory is just going to help you understand like energy. But when we go back home, when we wash ourselves, when we cleanse our aura goes back to normal even after we sleep, because it's like regenerative energies. Our guides usually send us healing energies when we sleep, things like that. So it goes back to normal after. But that's why they say vibes don't lie. Like when you hug someone, when you look into someone's eyes, when you're talking to them, you can feel their energies. And sometimes people feel your energies subconsciously, but they don't realize that. So, since you feel things very deeply, you're my group of feelers, of dreamers, of free-spirited people, really intuitive, empathic people. Okay, and when they come into your vicinity and kind of like hug you, look into your eyes, talk to you, interact with you, you invoke deep feelings in these people because you feel things deeply. So they're feeling your energy subconsciously, and that is the result of how you make people's jaw drop, because it's like you invoke deep feelings in them when you meet them, and they can't understand why, but it's them feeling your energy subconsciously. Because if they were to interact with a person that's shallow, they would be on that same level, you know what I mean? But with you, you invoke deep feelings in them because you are a feeler. So you help them feel your energy through a means that you can, if that makes sense. So the feeling I get here is like, let's say you're talking to someone and you're a person that feels a lot of deep feelings of love for people in the world. You may just have people just start to fall in love with you out of nowhere. And you never even did any, or said anything to them. You never flirted with them. Nothing. And you just invoked a deep feeling of love within that person for you. And perhaps like they mistaken it for romantic love, but they're actually just feeling your energy that you radiate full of love, if that makes sense. Let's say it doesn't just have to be with your feelings. Let's say that you are a deep feeler, and I feel like you have very healing energy as well. Because you're a deep feeler, you allow people's feelings to come out in them, especially if they are a person that holds on to their feelings and doesn't release them in any way, and kind of just what is the word, ignores their feelings. You will bring out those deep feelings within them that they have ignored for a long time, deep within their subconscious, to bring it out and heal it within them, because you embody a state of love and truth. So if a person is not being truthful with their own emotions, it is going to come out when you're in their vicinity, because your energy is very healing, my pal number ones. So I explained this to a client yesterday, and I understand why I'm doing this reading today, because now I understand this energy because I explained it to her yesterday. So sometimes when we are deeply healing people, we bring out feelings in people that they don't necessarily want to feel. People that run away from their feelings. You know what I mean? And we can bring out those energies in people. Like, let's say you meet someone and they fall deeply in love with you because you bring out that feeling that perhaps they're scared to feel. Like, let's say they have commitment issues. I'm not talking about always, but like sometimes you also invoke feelings in people that you're feeling, if that makes sense. So like, let's say someone, like I said, is having commitment issues, but you invoke a deep feeling of love within them so that they can release that blockage of not being in that state of love. Or let's say you meet someone that always lies, because you embody the energy of truth. It is clash between your energies, if that makes sense. So I'm seeing the energies of like, perhaps they'd say something to you that they've never said to anyone, and they'd be like, I don't know why I said that. Or perhaps people will just tell you things about their life, their own sort of truth, but not know why they're telling you that. That is an example. Or let's say someone has been holding on to insecurities for a long time and you are in their vicinity. You're going to bring that insecurity out to heal it by mistake, not by mistake, by you just being in the energy. Your energy is healing because you're so full of love, because you're so free-spirited, because you're so empathic. You bring those feelings out in people in their deep subconscious mind, and you invoke deep feelings in people, and that is how people kind of have their jaw drop for you, because it's like those deep feelings you invoke in them, they can't understand why they're feeling it. And Spirit is taking me back to the Love Witch, when it's not really like important, the whole story, but just this one scene where she was with a man intimately, and before that he didn't want a relationship. He was kind of like just doing something casual with her. But after that he started crying, and he's like, Elaine, I need you, like that kind of energy. So Spirit's showing me that as an example. And it's like you invoke deep feelings in people that they can't necessarily understand. Especially people that have switched off their feelings. And that is how you make people drop their jaw for you, because it's like they can't understand why they're feeling that specifically feeling for you. And strong feelings of love as well. I feel like, with the love card and the lovers card showing up, two energies of love, right, opposite each other, you may have a lot of people that just start crushing on you because you embody that energy of love. And that is kind of like how you drop jaws, because it's like people just kind of fall in love with you, fall deeply in love with you. And it's like love at first sight kind of energy. I don't know how it specifically happens, but I think your energy is just so full of love that brings out the love in others, if that makes sense. You're very loving people. Okay, so I also see like the feeling of, since you're so empathic, you can feel what people are feeling towards you as well. You can feel if people are gossiping behind your back. So trust that inner knowing, because sometimes, as I said, your ability to bring out these emotions in people may feel very, sometimes like you're the one bringing that out in them. Like, let's say someone is jealous. They're experiencing feelings of jealousy because they push those emotions down. But you're in their vicinity, and you're bringing that feeling out so that they can learn from that energy, with the Five of Swords next to the Hierophant, so that they can learn a spiritual lesson from that specific feeling and what that feeling is trying to teach us. Because each feeling is necessary on earth, is necessary for humans, because our feelings teach us something deep within ourselves and what we want and our truth. And if someone runs away from their own truth, they're not learning the spiritual lessons they're meant to learn on earth. So sometimes they may get jealous of you and think they're just jealous of you, but it's not jealous of you, actually. It's just jealousy. Jealousy in general. You get what I mean? So that is something I'm seeing. So trust your inner knowing when it comes to people. That's all I will say. When it comes to people and what they're feeling, trust your inner knowing. If you feel like, okay, this person doesn't have a good energy, cut them out of your life. But I feel like you are somewhat like that. And that's also what makes people's jaw drop for you, because it's like you cut people out of your life if they're not treating you well, if they're not treating you like the queen, king you are, like you deserve to be treated like royalty, you know what I mean? And the feeling I get here is that also makes people's jaw drop for you, because it gives you this kind of energy of like, how do I put this in words? These are my boundaries, and if you cross my boundaries, you're no longer gonna get access to me. And like when people feel that energy, it's not like a don't F with me vibe, but more so, these are my boundaries, these are my rules. If you cross these rules, you will no longer have access to my energy. It's like your energy is almost like valuable, very, very valuable, that people want around them. And if they no longer have it, it's like they've lost out on something. I'm also feeling like you're kind of the one that got away for a lot of people. Like, I'm feeling like you just have a lot of crushes, people crushing on you. You have a lot of ex-lovers or people you've spoken to, not even seriously, where they're like, I dated this person, blah, 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 trying to kind of like brag about you. And then people will see that and their jaw will drop and they're like, you dated this person? What? Like that kind of energy. Even the feeling I get is people will say they're friends with you and show people like how attractive you are, and it makes people's jaw drop. That's the feeling I get. You have a watery energy of like feelings, but you also have this fiery, fun, playful energy to you at the same time with the Ace of Wands. This energy of like sparking, how do I put this in words? Sparking real fun in people, sparking real laughter in people, sparking real smiles in people. It's like you bring joy and this feeling of this fiery energy wherever you go. I think you're also quite fun to be around in the sense of like people think you are almost like the life of the party type of the energy. Even if you don't think so yourself, it's like people feel that way about you. And you make people's jaw drop because it's like you bring so much fun into the area you're at. Like wherever you're at with people, it's like you bring so much fun and this fiery energy of like confidence wherever you go. And this kind of energy of creation, like I create every moment and every moment is beautiful, it's full of love. And that's also how you make people's jaw drop for you. I'm also hearing when you speak your truth to people, you make people's jaw drop because you're so wise and intelligent, since it's opposite the Hierophant. You kind of just make people, how do I put this in words? You make people very shocked by the fact that you are very attractive. You seem like a free spirit at first glance, but then when people get to know you and they talk to you, they see how intelligent and how wise you are. And then they're just like shocked, and that's why their jaw drops for you. And it's like you're very deep to talk to and have, good conversations with. People love to have deep conversations with you, and the things you say to them sometimes just makes their mind blown and it makes their jaw drop. So that is what I am feeling mostly in your reading, my pile number ones, of how you make people's jaw drop and why. As I said, like you're just very deep people and you feel things on a deep energetic level. So, you may have a lot of physical traits, physical essence of beauty or attractiveness or handsomeness, but there is a sense of how you make people's jaw drop is more by your energy, like the energy you bring into the room. It almost reminds me of like Marilyn Monroe, you know, when she was her normal self, people wouldn't notice her when she was walking around. But when she put on that Marilyn Monroe essence, people started to notice her. So this is exactly the feeling I'm getting from you, my pal number ones, of how people's jaw drops for you. So that was your reading. I really hope that this resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number twos. If you picked this orange calcite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you make people's jaw drop for you and why. Okay, you chose the card light. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards, but please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. Okay, so for your cards, we have re-energize, we have support, we have abundance, and lastly, we have, with your oracle cards, contemplation. For your tarot cards, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Nine of Pentacles right opposite the Abundance card. Isn't that interesting? Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, my pal number twos, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you make people's jaw drop and why. So I'm kind of feeling your energy, like the orange calcite crystal you chose is exactly how your energy feels. Because I mean, we have the re-energized card, and this crystal to me gives me an energizing vibe. Like the orange in it, orange to me always gives me like an energetic, fiery type of energy, but not like overpowering kind of fiery, but more so like happy like the sun, bright like the sun, kind of like that magnetic type of energy. Because to me, orange also represents the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra is the part of our energy that kind of deals with our confidence, our sensuality, our kind of belief in ourselves, that kind of energy. So it also attracts and draws people in. So I feel like your sacral chakra is something that attracts and draws people in, because we also see these mermaids here having, you know, like gold tails, shimmery gold, you know. So there's this feeling of you attract and draw people in, and you're very magnetic to people in general. You have this kind of energy to you that draws people in. You don't have to say anything for them to look at you. You just look at them for a second and then they're drawn into your energy, if that makes sense. And I just feel like your energy feels like abundantly rich, if that makes sense. Your energy just feels abundantly rich. Your energy just feels shimmery and glittery and pretty, if that makes sense. That's how I feel in your energy. I just feel good. I feel I feel good, like I feel energetic. I feel like I've just woken up, but like in a good way, like not in a bad way, like I just woke up and I'm still groggy and sleepy, but like in a way, like I just woke up and I had the most energized sleep. I don't know how to explain it, but that's how your energy feels. Like your energy energizes people with the re energized card, and it brings in this glittery, fun vibe, like sparkly and shiny and just magnetic, attractive, alluring, your energy. So, you could have physical traits that are also very attractive and alluring, but it's also your energy that is magnetic, my pile number twos, similar to pile number one, because pile number one was magnetic in a different way with the energy, but you are just giving me this kind of energy of sexiness in your energy. Even if you're not trying to be physically sexy, it's like your energy is sexy and magnetic. And it just draws people in, magnetizes people in. And that's what the sacral chakra does, because it is literally the place where the woman's womb space is. You don't have to be a woman watching this, but we all have a sacral chakra. Our sacral chakra is by our sensual kind of organs, you know what I mean? So it is that part of us that draws people in. You get what I mean? So I just feel that very deeply, and I feel like even your touch just makes people feel good. You know, when someone touches you and they hold your hand and you just feel good energy, you almost feel, I wouldn't say goosebumps going up your back, but almost feel like this warmth around you. Like with you, I don't feel goosebumps, but more so like this warmth. Like your energy feels like a warm hug. And that's how people feel in your energy. They just feel comfortable, safe, but re-energized, but also happy. Like you bring in this just happy feeling. Happy, confident. You don't even have to be trying to look your best, but your energy just draws people in like a magnet, is something I'm seeing. Your energy is rich in abundance, my pal number twos, and your soul is abundant in some way. And that is kind of what makes people's jaw drop, because it's like people are just so magnetized to you and they can't explain why. They're just literally so attracted to you, and maybe it's not even a physical kind of attraction, because a lot of you are physically very attractive and alluring, but it's more so like, let's say a person meets you, and let's just give an example. Let's say you're a woman and you meet a man, and this man knows a lot of pretty women. He knows a lot of attractive women, but now he feels something different with you. With those other pretty women, he could perhaps be a player to them and just play around with them. But with you, it's like your energy feels golden, like a diamond I have to keep. I can't throw away this diamond. That's how I feel your energy is. Your energy is like a diamond. It's abundant. It's rich. And nobody would throw that away. You get what I mean? So that is the feeling I get from you. Even if you're very physically attractive, it's also your energy that is like a cherry on top that magnetizes and draws people in. And you know how I said it, your energy feels glittery and shiny like a diamond. It's beautiful. I don't know if I'm making sense with how I explain this, but this is just how I'm feeling your energy, my pal number twos. Your energy tastes like sunshine. I don't know, I don't know if that sounds weird. Your energy really tastes like sunshine, like I am in some type of cartoon world and I'm just tasting sunshine, and it tastes like sweets and um, sweet, sweet, sweet things that taste good. Like, those um, kind of sweets with like the sugary things on top with like, it's almost like sour but sugary at the same time. That's how your energy tastes. I don't know how to explain it. But it just feels good. Like, I feel good in your energy. I feel awake and re-energized, and I feel good. I just feel like sunshine energy all around me. And I think that's how you make people feel when you talk to people, when you kind of just are around people, when you touch people, when you hug people. It's like their jaw drops because of how magnetized they are by your energy, how abundant your energy is, how much of a diamond you are, my pal number twos. And it's like people just can't believe how much they're drawn to you and how much they're magnetized to you. It's like you can look at someone and they will just stare at you for hours. Almost like a work of art is kind of what I'm feeling, and that kind of makes people's jaw drop for you because they feel like they're literally looking at a work of art while they look at you. So that is what I'm feeling like with the energy part. In terms of physical traits, I can mention some physical traits, but know that everyone watching is different. I may not mention your physical traits because the amount of people that watch this is a vast amount. So just take what resonates for physical traits. But in terms of physical traits, I feel like perhaps some of you have very juicy lips, or you look very good wearing lip glosses or some type of lipstick for my woman. There's something about your lips that are very luscious. Even if you are a man or non-binary, like the feeling I get, something about your lips look very kissable and luscious, and that makes people's jaw drop. For some of you, the way you dress seems very abundant. Like you could be wearing the cheapest clothes of them all, but you will make it look rich with your energy, the way you pull it off. Even jewelry, you can wear jewelry that is not real, that is just cheap jewelry, but you will make it look expensive on you. I'm picking up some of you look very good in like colors that make you shine in a sense. Colors that, how do I put this in words? Make you stand out and shine. Like oranges, yellows, greens, pinks, or like neon colors as well is something I'm hearing from spirit. But also like if you ever wear gold necklaces or silver necklaces, it makes you look shiny like a diamond. Or some of you like to wear highlighter, or your body just shimmers in a way, like if you put on moisturizer, your body shimmers in a way, and your skin looks very soft and luscious, and like people just want to touch your skin is something I'm hearing from spirit. I also feel here like your eyes are really pretty or really handsome or really just alluring. Something about your eyes and the way, like you look into someone's eyes and stare into their eyes. It's like people can just stare at you for hours. Like I mentioned, you look like a work of art, my pal number twos. And that is why you make people's jaws drop. I'm also picking up your body. People really just... How do I put this in words without sounding disrespectful to you? How do I put this in words, spirit? Something about your body is very alluring, attractive, and magnetic. No matter what your body shape is or what your body looks like, there's something about your body that is just like juicy and yummy. Spirit is showing me a chocolate cake, or like the sweetest cake of them all. Or like a vanilla cake, strawberry cake, I don't know. But like the sweetest cake. Oh, Spirit is now showing me a pink cake with like strawberries on them. But it looks really cute and aesthetic. It's like your energy or your look or your vibe is yummy, and everyone wants a piece of this cake, is the feeling I get from spirit, to say it respectfully. But I feel like your body is very alluring and magnetic and draws people in. The things you wear as well. If you ever wear things that just show off certain parts of your body, or like, how do I put this in words, spirit? This morning I'm just forgetting how to speak. Sometimes when I feel energies, I'm just in that energy and I'm just in that feeling, and I forget words. I forget how to speak. It's like my Pisces in my chart makes me want to speak telepathically to you and just have you understand it. If you ever wear things that accentuate parts of your body and how your body naturally looks, it looks very good on you. I'm also picking up earrings. Some of you look very good in earrings. Some of you look very good with your hair. Like, some of you have curly hair. Some of you have straight hair. Some of you have dark hair. Some of you have light hair. But whatever your hair looks like, something looks really good about your hair. Some of you look very good in buns, like messy buns. Or something about your hair just looking very good and attractive. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up on physical traits. And some of you look good with blush as well. Like, if you ever wear like a rosy kind of blush, that's something I'm seeing. And like hair accessories as well, since we see flowers in her hair. Okay, that's all for physical traits. In terms of like how you make people's jaw drop, I sense that like your energy feels warm, like a warm hug, and it feels glittery and shiny and like a diamond. It feels abundant and rich, and it feels happy to be around. You may notice people get very energized in your energy, very excited in your energy, very much in that fiery type of energy. Like, I'm excited, I'm happy, I want to laugh, I want to sing to the top of my lungs, I want to express myself, I want to live life, take photos of everything. Like, that's the feeling you bring people when you're in their vicinity, because it's the energy you have, so you bring out that energy in them. I also explained this to my pal number ones. When we have a certain type of energy, people sometimes subconsciously feel that energy. We all are able to feel energies on a certain level. And some people don't realize that they're feeling your energy. So they feel this when they're around you, but they don't realize they're feeling your energy. Do you get what I mean? Okay, so that is what I'm seeing here. Like, you make people very excited. You make people very much like they want to smile, they want to laugh, but you also have this very magnetic and alluring quality to you that makes people's jaw drop. Okay? Something about you looks expensive, looks luxurious, looks bougie, is something I'm hearing as well. Like, you can make anything that is cheap look expensive. Even if you were trying to, like, their spirit is showing me homes. Specific message for some of you, but some of you do real estate, and like, you show people homes, but you being in that home makes the home look more beautiful. Is something I'm seeing. Yeah, I don't know, but that's something I'm seeing. And like, fashion looks really good on you. You can pull off the clothes that you wear. It's like your style doesn't overpower you. You wear the clothes don't wear you, is something I'm hearing from spirit, and that makes people's jaw drop. I'm kind of feeling the energy that a lot of people, when they meet you, it's like with the contemplation card, they just want to figure you out. They can't understand how your energy is so bright and light and so amazing to be around. So people just wonder about you, they contemplate about you and how you are the way you are. And that makes people's jaw drop because you have so many sides to you that are beautiful and stand out. And it's like people wonder how you became the person you are today. So perhaps you want to watch one of my readings I did a few days ago about what people get curious about you. Because I'm picking up like when people go home after meeting you, their jaws dropped in shock by your energy because your energy is just so good to be around, and then they just kind of wonder how you got to be like that. You know what I mean? And I also feel like with the energy of like this alluring quality, you attract in a lot of love offers with the Knight of Cups. You attract in a lot of people that are kind of just crushing on you, but in a sense of like genuine crushing. Like, I genuinely have feelings for you, but almost like in a shy, hopeless, romantic way. And you bring that out in people, and that is kind of what makes you make people's jaw drop because they can't believe how giddy they're feeling inside. Like, it almost feels like a high school crush, hopeless kind of romantic energy that you bring out in people. But you also make people really attracted to you with the Knight of Wands. It's like you walk into a place and all people's jaw drops for you, but like you don't even have to be wearing anything revealing or sexy. It's like your energy is sexy, is something I'm hearing from Spirit, and you'll have a lot of people that are just attracted to you in that way as well. With the Queen of Swords, I feel like your voice in a sense is very much making people's jaw drop. Perhaps your voice sounds attractive in some way, or perhaps people like talking to you. Perhaps they get very surprised when they speak to you, because not only is your energy beautiful and, you know, your look attractive, but even if you don't think you look attractive, but it's like you have an intelligent nature to you as well. When you speak to people, people kind of are in awe of your mind, is something I'm seeing. And people love to speak to you. You make people's jaw drop by speaking to them, by speaking your truth. It's like people just want to hear your voice more and more and more. Something about your voice. And I feel like you just make people feel like life is special, like life is worth living for, and like things are turning in the right direction with the way you speak and interact with people, because you give off this such positive, happy energy, but also supportive energy, loving energy, light energy, that it just makes people feel like life is worth living, and like life is full of joyous moments, hopeful moments. And that is also how you make people's jaw drop, because it's just the energy you bring in as well. Like, you're a real pleasure and joy to be around, and that is what you make people feel. Like, you're just such a joy and pleasure to be around, and that's how their jaw drops for you, my palm number twos. So that is what I am feeling in your reading, my pile number twos. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this Amazonite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you make people's jaw drop for you and why. Okay, please be aware this is a general reading, to only take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as the messages may differ for everyone. And please also note, if you can hear the gardener making noise in the background, I apologize in advance. You chose the card Breaking Free. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards now. Okay, so for your cards, we have Innocence. Okay, so this is my pile of pure souls. We have gentleness. We have magic. And lastly, we have blessings with your oracle cards. For your tarot cards, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Chariot. And lastly, we have the Moon card. Okay, my pile number threes, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly how you drop jaws when you kind of are around people and why. Okay, so I kind of feel, as I said, you're my pile of pure souls. You have this kind of bright energy to you, very bright and magical, very innocent, but at the same time pure and gentle, and it's like people naturally feel your energy wherever you go and they feel very drawn to you. I feel like you look very cute in a sense, and you make people's jaw drop in that sense. Like when they look at you, they feel very drawn to your energy. Your energy feels very magical in a sense, and I just feel like people find you very cute. And it's like people's jaw drop for you like that. Because you have this gentle, cute energy to you and magical energy, like fairy, mermaid-like. And you're also very ethereal, is something I'm picking up on in your cards. Very, very ethereal like, and people kind of drop their jaws like that because they can't believe how magical your energy feels, how ethereal you look, how, yeah, that's the word I'm getting, ethereal and magical, your energy. I just feel like when people are around you, they feel that magical sense in you, and they feel your power in a sense, your gentle power, but at the same time you don't show your power, but they feel it with your magical essence, my pile number threes. And it kind of just gives me the energy of, like, you know, if you walk around, people kind of just look at you as this being that is not earthly, this being that is magical, like a fairy, like a mermaid. You just have this ethereal quality or essence to you, and that is what makes people's jaw drop. Okay? I'm also feeling like your energy is a blessing to have around. Like my pile number ones, you're very empathic and kind and nurturing, and the feeling I get is you feel things very deeply. You're my pile of pure souls, like I said before. Very gentle, very empathic, and it's like when people meet you, that's how their jaw drops, because as much as you may have a physical essence of attractiveness as well, with the Queen of Wands lets me know you have the sexy quality to you as well, as much as you're like a pure soul. But I feel like people are drawn to your energy, and people are kind of drawn to your gentle nature, your magical nature. There's something about that really stands out and makes people's jaw drop. Okay, because people feel like you're a blessing to have around them. Uh, the feeling I get is when you speak to people, you take them to a magical world somewhere else. Like Spirit is showing me that meme from a few months ago where people were like, uh, I know a place, I know a spot to take you, something along those lines. But Spirit is showing me like that, like you know a spot to take someone, but you're taking them to magical different dimensions and worlds. When you speak to them or interact with them, it's like we're not on Earth anymore in this 3D reality. We're somewhere else in space, in the stars. We're somewhere magical, like a fairy world, like there's fairies all around flying in this magical, beautiful world full of flowers and greenery and things like that. That's how I feel. Like you take people to other kind of dimensions, magical dimensions, when you interact with them. And that's how people's jaw drops for you, because it's like they feel your energy and they feel like it's almost like an escape. I feel like you also bring out people's inner childs when you meet them, and it makes people's jaw drop because most people are in, this reality, and they're more focused on the 3D world as adults and making money and getting by and living and surviving. But you take people out of that survival mode and you put them into this magical essence where life is a magical place full of possibilities and full of adventure and full of, it's almost like you take people down a rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland when you meet people, and that's how you make people's jaw drop. Because it's like they're no longer in this boring world of their own reality of adulting. They're now where their inner child can come out and play and have fun and enjoy life and smile. That's how I feel. You bring out feelings in people. I also feel like, as I said that, I wanted to cough. So when I feel like energies, sometimes I feel the sensations physically. So that lets me know that sometimes people want to talk to you because they're so drawn to your energy, but they kind of get scared too. They kind of choke up a little bit. Do you get what I mean? Because your energy just feels so magnetic in a sense. So magical. That's the feeling I get, and so ethereal. It's almost like people want to talk to you sometimes because you make their jaw drop, but then they feel scared to feel scared to talk to them. Like I feel like sometimes people think that since you're so magical, you have this magical kind of quality or essence to you, they sometimes feel like they would be a little bit boring in your presence, if that makes sense. I'm just picking up on the feelings, but that is their own feeling about themselves. Not a feeling you bring out in them, just a thought they have in themselves, some people. You know how some people have their own limited beliefs? I feel like it's that. It's not you. So I don't want you to worry about that. I'm just picking up on it a small amount. But I'm also picking up like sometimes people are just very drawn to you, but they don't know how to speak to you. It's like they want to feel interesting in your presence, and they want to say interesting things that draw you in to almost like win you over, or to get you to see their side of them, is something I'm feeling. So you may have people just tell you things to get you interested in them, to get you drawn to them. It kind of reminds me of like the one day I was like at this bar and I was with this other girl. I'm not friends with her anymore, but it was a few years ago, and we were somewhere at a bar, and I think we were waiting for our Uber or something, or we were waiting for a friend to buy cigarettes next door by the garage, something like that. We were waiting outside, and this man came up to us and started speaking to us, but he just started telling us all these random things like that we don't really care about. He was like telling us, okay, I have this expensive car and this and this and this, and then we were like, oh, okay, cool. And then he was telling us like, oh, I have these businesses and blah 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 blah. And then we were like, oh, okay, cool. And like, we weren't being rude to him or anything, but we were also just waiting for our friend. We didn't know why he was speaking to us. And then like, he kept repeating that he has that car. And then that girl I was friends with at the time kind of told him, why are you telling me that? Like, tell me something else. I'm not interested in the cars you drive. I'm interested in knowing you and your personality. So you may, like, spirit showing me that as like an example. Doesn't have to be exactly like that, but you may just have people almost have their jaw drop for you because you seem so interesting, your world seems so magical, and they want to be a part of your world, but they don't know how to be in that magical essence like you, so they almost try to say things that would impress you. But I don't feel like these superficial things impress you. You want to see a person's soul, and that is going to impress you. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes people don't get that, if that makes sense. So I'm also feeling like they don't have to be magical like you. They should just show you the parts of their soul that is beautiful, and you will be drawn to them just the same. But yeah, that's like kind of what I'm feeling, like people's jaw drop for you like that, because they just feel your energy and they feel like they're in another world around you. Spirit is showing me Enchanted, the movie Enchanted, and how she came from like this fairy world and this fairy tale world, and she came to the human world, but she started bringing singing, laughter into the world, where she was dressed up as a princess, and there was this little girl that was drawn to her and was like, oh, a real life princess. And she just brought this magical quality to people that people loved. And like, they were at the park or something together, and then she was just helping people bring out that singing side of them. And like, they were all singing and dancing and like that kind of energy. So I feel like you bring that out in people. You bring out the part of them that they're perhaps scared to express, scared to bring out because they feel like people would judge them in some way. But you bring that out in people, and Spirit is also showing me 13 going on 30, where she is at a party for a magazine company like she works at, and everyone's bored there listening to music, people are leaving. So she asks the DJ to put on a specific song, and then she starts dancing to it, and then everyone starts dancing. Not necessarily that you make people dance, but that physical essence of it, like you bring out people's fun side, like, okay, I can express myself and have fun and laugh and play and enjoy life and not take life so seriously. And that's how you make people's jaw drop, because your energy is so infectious, is what I feel. And people really love to be around you, and they feel like you're a blessing to be around. I'm almost getting like fairy godmother vibes, like even if you are, let's say, example, you're a woman and you know, you are doing your friend's makeup, and it's like you bring out that energy in them. Like magical fairy godmother energy. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the feeling I get here. Like you're just a blessing to be around, and people just really like being around you, is what I feel here. You know, you may have a lot of physical traits, like I said, that are really attractive and alluring with the Queen of Wands. Um, your confidence as well makes people's jaw drop, and your kind of independence within yourself. I feel like you have this innocent, pure soul, but you're also very independent in yourself. In the sense of, like, I'm hearing I don't depend on no man, like energy if you're a woman, but the energy of like I'm a magical person and I love to be around people and bring that magic into their lives, but I also like my own independence and I like my own alone time and doing things the way I like it, to the beat of my own drum, living in my truth, not trying to be someone else for someone else's acceptance, that kind of energy. And it's sometimes it sometimes makes people cling onto you with the breaking free card, as we see, an octopus clinging onto this lady, because it's almost like you have the energy of a cat. Spirit is giving me like the cat here. When a cat comes up to you, it is the most sweetest thing, the most sweetest cuddles ever, cutest thing ever. But a cat has its boundaries. If you go up to a cat and you try to play with this cat, but it doesn't want to play right now, it just wants to be alone, it's going to walk away from you. And I feel like that's almost like your essence in a bit, not in a rude way, but just like, I'm not going to pretend to be like this if I don't feel like this right now. You know what I mean? And it kind of makes people cling on to you even more. I feel like you have this rebellious quality to you as well, where you don't let anyone tell you what to do. You like to do things the way you like to do it and go to the beat of your own drum. And it kind of, I don't know if it makes people a little bit possessive over you or like want to control you in a sense. Because you're so rebellious, you have like this free spirit quality to you, and then it almost makes people want to cling onto you, but they don't realize that it's pushing you away further, where you almost like want to break free from their energy. So that's something I'm seeing, and it makes people's jaw drop, but it also just surprises people because they don't see many people having that quality of like independence within themselves, self-sufficiency. Like, I don't need anyone to make me happy. I'm happy on my own. And I don't need to pretend to smile if I'm not happy. I don't need to pretend to talk to someone and make small talk with them if I'm not interested in talking to them. So you're real, and that also makes people's jaw drop, okay? I'm also feeling like what makes people's jaw drop is the sense that since you're such a pure and innocent soul, you have a lot of light in you that you sometimes, that saying of like, when you have a lot of light, you almost like bring out people's demons. Not literally, not literally, I don't want to scare you, but like that saying, Spirit is calling me to. So it's like, since you're such a pure soul, you have so much white light around you that it sometimes brings out people's qualities that they need to release because they need to heal those parts of themselves. But then they take it out on you in a sense, and then you get away from it. Just like a cat has 9 lives, like almost like that energy, like you get away from it very quickly and you're very protected, and then they're just shocked by it. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say someone feels entitled to your energy because you set a boundary, and now they're trying to kind of be rude to you and try to project onto you, and then it's like you just get out of that situation very quickly by kindly saying to them, this is my boundary, please respect it. You're not rude back to them, you're not shouting at them or anything. And then they just can't believe how quickly you got out of that situation or break free from that situation. Or let's say spirit is almost showing me like how protected you are. It's people getting shocked by it, if that makes sense. Let me give you another example. Let's say you're driving, spirit is showing me you driving, and like the cops want to stop you, right? And you have nothing wrong, have nothing to hide, but perhaps maybe you were like speeding like a kilometer over the speed limit, maybe. Let's just say that. And the cop stops you and they were about to give you a ticket, but since you have this gentle and pure nature to you and you have so much bright white light around you and they see your gentleness, then they almost just like spirit is showing me Puss in Boots, like when he kind of makes his eyes big and cute and innocent and people go like, "Aw." People do that to your energy, and then like the cop would be like, "Okay, it's fine. I'm just gonna let you go on a warning." Because you give off this gentle nature, like I couldn't hurt a fly kind of energy. So then you just get out of situations very easily. And that makes people's jaw drop, because it's like if they try to be deceptive towards you, it never works because of how protected you are. So that is also a sense I'm getting, like people get shocked by that in a sense. That's how people's jaw drops. And people's jaw drops like because of how magical you are, like I said, how gentle you are, how nurturing you are. It's like your love is very healing in a sense, and you're very nurturing. You have this abundant quality to you of etherealness, of like magic within your soul. And it's like people always want to be friends with you or just get to know you better with the Three of Cups. And people also just feel like you're such a amazing person to be around and to share memories with, to laugh with, to smile with. That's the energy I feel. You just feel angelic in some way. Spirit is taking me to, you know, when people use that pickup line, "Did you fall from heaven?" I feel like people almost look at you in that sense, like, did you fall from heaven because you look so good? That is what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing like you are what I would call a manifestation or blessing to some people, because it's like some people wish for the qualities you have in a partner and a friend, and then you come along and it's exactly what they've wished for spiritually, in their mind, in their dreams, what they've been daydreaming for. You also get a lot of people kind of daydream over you, fall into this kind of like hopeless romantic energy over you, is something I'm feeling, and like feel very deep emotions for you, like my pile number ones, where you bring out deep emotions within people and it makes their jaw drop for you. But people also love to just be around you. I feel like you're probably the type of person that is always moving forward in life, looking towards the positive. Your energy feels safe and grounded, and you're consistent with how you are as a person. And that's also what makes people's jaw drop, because not many people are consistent with who they are. In a sense of, I mean this in a sense of like, you're not up and down all over the place, hot and cold. Like what you see is what you get. That kind of energy, and people kind of get, people's jaw drops over that, and like how you always move forward and you see the future with this kind of quality of like excitement and adventure and happiness and positivity, and people love that trait about you. And that's what makes people's jaw drop, because it's like where did I ever meet a person that is so positive about life and about the future? I'm picking up strongly in terms of like physical traits. I guess I didn't mention physical traits. For some of you, like I said, very ethereal quality. You look like very ethereal, like a mermaid, like a fairy, and something about your hair, like people want to play with your hair, and when they look into your eyes, they see a sparkle in your eyes, almost like the Little Mermaid kind of energy. Or like how I explained with Enchanted, like people almost see that sparkle in your eye. You look very cute. People love when you smile, when you laugh, even if you're not a person that smiles and laughs every day, but it's like when you bring out that smile or laughter, they just want to see you smile and laugh more, and that's what makes people's jaw drop for you, especially like if you're walking with friends and you just stand out in a way, and like perhaps all your friends could shine in their own unique ways, but you shine in the ethereal kind of magical way. And it's like people are just drawn to you. Now I'm hearing like that scene from Mean Girls where she's like, Regina is the Barbie doll everyone wants but never had. Like that's the feeling I get. Like everyone wants to be around you, and that's what makes people's jaw drop for you. And like if you're walking to a room and your friend is telling you a joke or making you smile, it's like people are just drawn to that, and then they want to make you laugh or smile even more. I'm picking up like you have really good looking bodies, most of you. Like I feel like there's a sense of people looking at your body and feeling very attracted. Like even if you're a man, perhaps you just have a very good looking body. Like I'm feeling everybody's bodies look different here, no matter what your body shape or size is. It's like people are drawn to your body at the same time. People find you very attractive and sexy, but they don't often show it because they have this immense respect for you, if that makes sense. I'm also picking up your lips. Some of you have very cute lips. Some of you have very luscious lips that are kissable. Your eyes are very cute. Spirit is showing me eyelashes. People like your eyelashes and their jaw drops over that. Your hair, like something about your hair just stands out. I'm also seeing nails and hands. Some of you like to do your nails real pretty, or your nails just look good, and it's like people really feel drawn to your nails, like if you ever do your nails in any type of way. And I'm also picking up your fashion style, your fashion sense looks very good, where people's jaw drops over that. Some of you like to dress in a very free way, or very classy way, or very ethereal way. Some of you look magical in the way you dress. Some of you just look very good, like Spirit is almost showing me like a long skirt and like a crop top kind of energy of like free, if that makes sense. Free and flowy. Or some of you like dresses if you're a woman. Some of you like to wear jumpsuits, and people really like the way you look in that. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm picking up for physical traits. If it didn't resonate for physical traits, that's okay, because everyone here is different. But this is what I saw for you of how you make people's jaw drops and why you make their jaw drop. I really hope that this reading resonated, my pound number threes. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!